Adventures of Irvingman! It's 1 a.m. and Clark Kent is sleeping. Or at least he was.
Hello?
Mr. Kent, this is Mrs. Olson, Jimmy's mother.
She's concerned about Jimmy because he hasn't come home yet.
Terribly worried, Mr. Kent. Jimmy's never done anything like this before.
Well, now, don't you worry, Mrs. Olson. I'm sure everything's going to be all right.
If she's afraid something happened to him, why is she calling Clark instead of the police? He assures her he'll look into it. He tries calling the planet. Now his super sense is tingling.
You will not answer the phone if it rings again. Now, where is the editor's file?
The what?
The editor's filing cabinet.
Oh, over there.
Whoever that is, he's got Jimmy drugged or mesmerized. And a newspaper desk that doesn't answer the phone is cause for instant suspicion, in case he was wondering. He goes through Perry's files, takes one, and tells Jimmy to go home.
Jim, what are you doing here? Jim, what's the matter with you, boy? Don't you know me?
No,
Jim, wake up.
Mr. Kent,
Jimmy has no idea what time it is, where he is, or what he's doing.
the last thing I remember, I went to Jerry's diner.
Jerry's diner?
Yeah, some guy came up and sat next to me at the counter. I don't remember anymore.
Obviously, he dosed you with something. The chief's private files have been jimmied open and a file is missing.
You know what folder's missing?
No,
File on Superman.
Superman? Oh, golly.
You better go on home, Jimmy. Your mother's worried about you. I'm going over to the newspaper club and tell the chief.
Perry is still hanging out at the newspaper club at 1 in the morning, and Clark knows it. Is Perry White a party animal?
Herman!
Yeah?
Take this up to room 322 and don't fall asleep on the way. Mr. White's waiting.
Yeah, Mr. White, 322.
And it looks like he has some serious munchies. Now we even know what kind of party animal he is.
Hooked. Get me das.
Poor old Herman, just trying to do his job, and some guy does that.
Good evening, Mr. White.
Hello. Who are you? I never saw you before.
Joseph, sir, the substitute waiter. Herman is ill tonight.
Well, don't just stand there. Put it down. Put it down.
Sugar, sir?
No sugar. Just give me the coffee before it freezes.
Was it really necessary to hit poor Herman and take his place? Couldn't you have done that just by distracting him for a moment instead of giving him a massive headache? Like all television pills, it takes effect instantly. Nobody's ever explained to me why we can't get those kinds of pills out here in the real world. He shows Perry the file and says, "Who is Superman?" Someone at the Planet must know how to contact him because stories about him always appear in the Daily Planet before anywhere else.
No one does. No one.
You are the editor of the Planet, and you don't know?
Why do you want to know?
Because I have work for Superman.
Someone's at the door. Mystery Man says, "Send them away."
Mr. White.
What's going on here? It's Herman. He has been badly injured. Call a doctor.
And who are they? Our man sneaks out the window right before Clark arrives.
Chief, wake up.
Kent.
Yes, sir.
It's an emergency. Get him up here right away.
What's that file doing here?
Well, I don't know. The last thing I remember was that new waiter coming in.
Clark has a fair idea what's going on now, even though he doesn't know why.
Get me police headquarters, please. Inspector Henderson.
I guess everybody in Metropolis stays up all night except Clark Kent, and now he's up too. The good news is there was plenty of the drug left in that coffee cup. The lab just finished identifying it.
The analysis of the coffee left in the chief's cup shows a powerful amytal compound.
Amatol? That's the basis of the truth drug they're using in European prisons.
Fred King says this is a new and more powerful compound. The lab's never seen anything like it. They're trying to break it down now.
Henderson remembers a report about this stuff that came across the police desk a few months prior. Perry doesn't care about that. He wants to know what Henderson is going to do about all this, and why the Superman file.
Well, Chief, a lot of people think that Superman works for the Planet. You're the editor. Say, maybe they're smarter than we think. Maybe you're Superman.
Me in that outfit?
Sure, suck the gut in a little, a touch of hair dye, there you go.
They've circled Miss Lane's name and yours, here and here. Kent, I think you're the next man up.
Could be.
Don't worry, son. If they're up to something really big, they don't want you, they want Superman.
6 of one, a half a dozen of the other.
He just stood there and said, "I'm Superman," and all he got was a quick, huh, glance from Henderson. I think Henderson went to the same police academy Chief O'Hara did.
I want to meet these characters, get close to them.
They could be rough boys, Kent. How close are you figuring?
This is as close as I can get. I might even quit the Planet. Try and get a job working for them.
You can't quit the Planet.
You can always fire me, can't you, Chief?
Fire you?
He assumes they have jobs for him to get, even though nobody has any idea who they are yet. Nevertheless, suddenly Clark is hitting the bricks flat broke.
All right. How's the chance on a cup of coffee and a couple donuts?
Can you pay for it?
Why, sure, I must have a quarter somewhere.
You're into me for nearly $2 now. If you want coffee, you'll have to have the cash.
Give the man some coffee.
Give me some, too.
I'll take some too if you're offering. Oh, I'm sorry, have I ever shown you my cup? My family knows if they need to get me something and can't come up with an idea, get me something with Marvin the Martian on it. And on this side it says, "Where's the kaboom?" The answer, of course, is the kaboom happens when all that coffee hits my blood.
You, wouldn't be looking for a place to go to work, would you?
Work, I sure would.
The plan is working, but Jimmy isn't in on it.
Hey, come here.
I can't talk to you, kid. I'm not allowed.
Look, you've been tailing me for weeks for nothing. See that big guy over there?
Yeah?
He's the one that doped my milk. Watch him, he's trying to slip something in Mr. Kent's coffee.
Excuse me.
See what he did? Grab him!
Should have let Jimmy in on the plan. The part that nobody knows is there's a good chance Clark is immune to that drug since he's an alien.
Hey, you!
Where you hit?
In the leg. Jimmy, take care of it.
The other man is hit in the back. He's not going to make it. Clark helps him get to a certain address, but Jimmy has tailed him there and he's calling Lois. She's not in on the plan either.
How is he, Doctor?
Dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No need to be. He did his job in bringing you to my house.
Me, Doctor? Why?
We shall see. We shall talk a little while, and we shall see.
He offers Clark a sandwich and a drink. Clark says ginger ale will be fine.
To our meeting. May it bring both of us good fortune.
He does intend to put Clark to work. First things first.
I dislike dead bodies around the house. They're so untidy. At the back door is a small truck. Take the body to the river and dump it.
Yes, sir.
While he's doing that, Lois has arrived on the scene.
So you are Lois Lane of the Daily Planet. Perhaps I should say the rather celebrated Lois Lane.
Save it. Where's Clark Kent?
He tries to play ignorant, but she says, "Someone from the Planet has been watching your place." He says, "My place? Why?"
Because we think you might be behind something that would make interesting copy. Such as sodium amytal truth serum. Had enough?
All right. Mr. Kent was here. But just before you knocked, he went with my associate on an errand. He's coming straight back.
He says you're welcome to wait, but apparently it's a requirement that if you're in his parlor, you must let him offer you coffee. He's already mentioned it 3 times.
Thanks, I will have coffee. But I'll pour.
Oh, please don't bother.
No bother. Woman's privilege.
Charming picture. Oh, dear, what's that?
It's blood.
That was too easy. In moments, he's quizzing her about Superman.
White and Olsen are often not there when he appears, are they?
Very seldom.
Sometimes you are not there, Miss Lane.
Sometimes.
But Clark Kent is always there.
Clark is never there. He arrives when Superman is gone.
It's not much of a leap from there. They're never seen together because Clark is Superman. Lois can't believe she never saw it before. She left Jimmy outside with instructions to call the police if she wasn't out in 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes.
Jimmy! Jimmy!
Miss Lane, is Olsen outside?
Yes.
Go outside and get Olsen. Bring him into the house.
No, you'll kill him.
But the drug is too strong and she can't keep resisting. As we suspected, the drug didn't work on Clark. He's talking with Inspector Henderson right now.
Hello?
Hello, Inspector Henderson. This is Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy, hang up the phone.
Miss Lane, what's the matter? You
Hang
look
up
so...
the phone. Come into the house with me.
Okay.
It doesn't occur to him to ask why she's acting that way. He'll just obey, without any drugs. Clark knows that call means Jimmy's in trouble. Henderson will send a bunch of squad cars while Clark will hightail it back there. Perhaps I should say he'll high cape it back there.
Turn around.
Just in time as usual.
You got here just in time.
Clark. You're Clark Kent.
Stay with him.
This could be a problem, but first there's a criminal to catch. Shouldn't be too difficult. Pro tip, Doctor, unless you're the size of a broom handle, a lamppost isn't much cover.
Lois. Lois, don't you know me?
No, Oh, Clark. Where are we? What happened?
Don't you know? Don't you remember anything?
Not a thing.
Two people figured out his identity. One is dead, the other doesn't remember anything. That's nice and convenient. She says it's all a blank, so he can tell her anything. You don't remember that deal we made? I did that thing for you and you said I could have all your bylines for the next 2 weeks? And you'd buy lunch? Okay, that might be pushing it. Until next time. Video by Harry Harrison. Audio by Morris Morrison. Wardrobe and makeup by Alice Allison. Your announcer has been Peter Peterson.